Good morning, Math 1202. This is Mr. Moores broadcasting all the way from Goose Bay. This morning, as of 3:20, oh no, as of this afternoon, which is Wednesday, it's 3:25. No baby yet. We're waiting, patiently waiting. All right, ladies and gents, here's what we got on the GO. We have got this morning. We're going to look at working with measurements in the imperial system. Okay, which means basically converting. All right, so you need your pens and paper, pencils, brains, books. Scratch the last one. You don't need your books for this morning, but you need your pens, paper, pencils, and your brains, and a calculator a little bit later on. All right, now make sure you copy everything down. If you need some extra time to copy stuff down, by all means, pause, rewind. If you're having trouble understanding the concepts, watch the examples in the video over a couple times. If it takes you a couple times to get it, by all means, do so. But work together. If you want, once the video is done, to try to get some things learned and ironed out. Okay, so we should be ready to get on to GO. Mark it, set, go. Now we are going to look at imperial measurements, some of which are used every day in different industries, such as we use imperial measurements in carpentry, woodworking, contracting, and the list goes on. Now let's take a look. What I have down here. Okay, I'm going to highlight right here. These creatures right here. This here. I want you to write these down. Whoa, it's not a straight line. I want you to write these down. These are very important. These are what we call conversion factors, okay? Now, write these down because you're going to use these later on to do some examples. So, we have 1 foot. 1 foot equals 12 inches, okay? Both are imperial measurements. Both are used in carpentry and very important concepts. Down below that, we have 1 yard equals 3 feet. 1 yard is 3 feet. Very much a standard unit measurement. Yards are used in soccer and football in the States. Also, 3 feet is 36 inches. Well, how did they get 3 feet is 36 inches? Well, let's go to the top. We know 1 foot is 12 inches. Therefore, 1 foot is 12 inches. That must mean 3 feet. We take, well, how many feet are in 3 feet? 3. So we times this by how many inches? 12, which gives us 36 inches, okay? Easy stuff, right? Now, down the bottom we have another creature, 1 mile. 1 mile is equal to 1,760 yards. Holy mac. Where's miles used? Miles per hour, man. My skidoo can go 101 miles per hour. That's getting along, man. Miles per hour used in, say, in cars and on speed limit signs in the States. Anywhere else it's used? I don't know. It comes on all the skidoos and stuff that are bought. Why? Because they're manufactured in the States. Okay? So 1 mile is equal to 1,760 yards. And so it's 1,760 yards is 5,280 feet. Holy mac. How do you get that? Well, wait now. Let's go up top. It says that in 1 yard there's 3 feet. So, in 1,760 yards, we can change that to feet by multiplying by, well, how many feet in 1 yard? 3. So we multiply that by 3, and we will get 5,280 feet. Okay? Now, boys and girlies, make sure you write down this stuff right here. These right here, because it's very important. Now, down the bottom. Note, 1 fathom is 2 yards. Okay? 1 fathom equals 2 yards. A fathom is used in fishing. A fathom is the distance. If you stretch your arms out really long, okay, say from fingertip to fingertip, if Mr. Kendall's there, Mr. Kendall's got a pretty good arm span. His arm span will be closer to 6 feet than mine. Why? Because I'm kind of short. Mr. Kendall's is probably closer to 6 feet from fingertip to fingertip. This is what fisher people used years ago. Okay, when it came to setting nets and stuff. Since 1 fathom is 2 yards, we know it's 6 feet. Why? Because in a yard there's 3 feet, so 2 yards must be 2 times 3, which is 6 feet. Now, ladies and jelly beans, using what we have right here, this stuff, we are going to do some conversions, okay? We can change between different imperial measures, go from one to the other, so on and so forth. And that's what today's lesson is going to be about. Alright? Now, are you ready? Are you steady? Come on, let's get ready to explore. Cat in the hat. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the following. Using the above stuff, we're going to figure this out. Change the following to the indicated unit. So we got 2 feet equals how many inches? Well, all you got to do is go up to the top. So 1 foot is 12 inches. Okay. So that means 2 feet is going to be 2 times 12 inches is going to be 24 inches. Okay. Now, if you need to use a calculator, by all means. Let me get my calculator right here. Okay. Let me haul it over here the way. 2 times 20. I dumb muck. 2 times 12 gives me 24 inches. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now we want to work backwards. We want to go from inches to feet. Well, so we want to go from, so 14 inches equals how many feet? I'm not sure. Well, let's see how to do this. Let's see how to do this. We know that 12 inches equals 1 foot. So, let me see. Let's get this. So in this case, we're going backwards. We're going from inches to feet. What's the opposite of multiplying? That's right. It should be dividing. So in this time, instead of multiplying by 12, we're going to divide by 12. Well, what's 14 divided by 12? That's up. 14 divided by, this little sign means divided by, equals 1.16. Round that to the nearest decimal place. It will be 1.2 feet. Now, do you see the difference when we went backwards, ladies and jelly beans, or when we went from, say, feet to inches, we multiplied, but when we went from inches to feet, we divided. Okay, that's going to be a pattern. Now, yards to feet. Okay, how many yards in 1 foot? So, if you go back up to your chart, 1 yard equals 3 feet. So, you're going from here to here. Okay. 1 yard is 3 feet. So, it means 4. What are you going to do this time? Multiply or divide? Good. Multiply by 3. Oh, I never wrote the answer here. Up top. 4 times 3 is what? Well, if you need to, use your calculator. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay. So it will be 12. So 4 yards is equal to 12 feet. Now, you notice down the bottom, I got the same creature here. Not on purpose, though. Oh, yeah, it actually is on purpose. We want to change feet to yards. Well, if you go back up here, you're going feet to yards. So, do you divide or multiply? You should say, well, we're going backwards, so we divide by 3. Good. So it's 12 divided by 3, which you could tell up here how many times 3 going to 12? 4. So 12 feet is 4 yards. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, boys and girlies. Okay, 2 more examples, then I'm going to give you some to work with, okay? 1.5 miles equals how many yards? Well, that's a bit different. We got 1 mile equals 1,760 yards. So what do? Multiply or divide? You're going from this one to this one. So you multiply. So it would be 1.5 times 1,760. That equals, I haven't got a clue. So let's clear this. 1.5 35 times 1760 gives us 2640. Okay? 2640. So, how many yards is 1.5 miles? 2640. Okay? Now, last but not least, we're going to change yards into miles. Well, how do we do with this creature? Go back up. Yards into miles. Oh, yards into miles, so we're going backwards. So you divide this time by 1760. So 3520 divided by 1760 will be equal to, use your calculator. How am I doing for time? I got like a few minutes, so I better be quick. 3520 divided by 1760 gives me 2. So 3,520 yards equals 2 miles. So from this, ladies and gentlemen, you should get the gist of how we do our conversions when working from this one to this way to this way, or this way to this way, or this way, and likewise you multiply. When you're going back, say this way, you divide. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, boys and girlies. Copy down these examples. If you need to pause and go back and rewind to see how I did this again, by all means do so. Now, here is your turn. This is what I want you to do. I want you to do every one here from number 1 to number 25, okay? So, you can work on these, please. Work on these for the rest of this period. Make sure you copy them all down. And then what I want you to do is I want you to work together to come up, not work together, try these on your own and work in pairs. Then once you're done, you guys and girls can compare answers and see how we did. Okay, so if you want to, you can do that. If you get done before the period is over, you can just look in your book if you want to at section 2.1. Just try to read through there a little bit. There's some different things there. You'll see some different items highlighted. So section 2.1 you can look through. But I think this will take you a little while to do. So work on these for the rest of the period. Pause the video, keep it up, and hopefully this stuff here is not too bad. Okay? So take her easy, ladies and jelly beans. I will let the school know as soon as any baby comes around. So take her easy. Hopefully this video helped. And this is Mr. Moore signing off. And oh, by the way, I heard that everybody's done their work. Good job, everybody. I'm very happy. See you guys soon. Later, Gators.